once more to Quanchua's Kitchen. And if this is your first time stopping by, I want to say a very warm welcome to you. I hope you enjoy everything here enough that you will stay. I'm making the vegetable and gizzard stew that I posted on Instagram a few weeks ago, and everybody wanted to have the recipe for it. Just because of that, I'm remaking it today so I can share the recipe with you guys. I hope this is helpful to you, and I hope you enjoy it. A lot of people have already tried it. They've sent me photos, and I am just amazed. So this is to thank you guys for your support, for helping me come this far, for how good the channel is doing so far. I am just amazed, and I'm very thankful to you guys. If this video is good enough for you, why don't you give me a thumbs up?
Our stew today is going to be colorful and flavor packed with all the goodness of herbs, spices, and fresh vegetables. We have our fresh rosemary, cilantro, basil, and parsley. And we also have over there some fresh tomatoes, some celery sticks, some fresh carrots, of course our gizzards. So cheap, right? We have some fresh bell peppers, different colors of bell peppers, cabbage, some tomato paste, and some powdered shrimp. We are not using any stock keeps or anything, just the goodness of this powdered shrimp and all the goodness and flavor it will bring to us too. Start off by looking through your gizzards to find those that have these linings still in them. I tell you, every package of gizzards you open, you're bound to find at least one. And it's not a pleasant thing to bite into it. They're so bitter and nasty. So peel them off and wash your gizzards and set it aside. And then we're going to blend our garlic, pepper, ginger, and onions. Pour this blend onto your washed gizzards. Add some salt. I use Himalayan salt today and give it a stir. Then bring to a boil for about 25 to 30 minutes. Meanwhile, we'll start our stew. And first of all, we're putting some extra virgin olive oil in there. You could also use any oil of choice. This is about half a cup. My oil is hot enough, and so I just put in my sliced shallots. You could also use onion if that's what you have. I'm just using something different. It's no big deal. And so you give it a good stir so it doesn't get burnt. And look at how nice it is turning out. It's caramelizing just like you want it to be. This brings some more flavor, This is looking good enough at this point, and so I'm going to add in my blended tomatoes. And I stirred this and let it cook for about 5 minutes, and now I'm adding my tomato paste. Yeah, that tomato paste came out of the freezer, so it's going to take a while to dissolve. Meanwhile, I think I'm going to check on my gizzards, and it's almost cooked now. Remember I said 25 to 30 minutes, and it's about cooked. Since I didn't prep my vegetables before I started making the stew, I'm not going to focus on slicing and cutting up all my vegetables, and that's a lot of vegetables to deal with. The best way to do this would have been to do everything ahead of time, but sometimes I feel I beat the time doing this. So I did the carrots. This is my celery. It was about 3 stalks. This is jalapeno now. Some onions, red onions just for color. And then I turned my focus back onto my stew, gave it a stir, checked on my gizzard again. It's the 5 minutes, it's up and it's good. So now I added it to my stew at this point because I wanted to absorb the flavor. So I put it in a little bit ahead of time. As you can see, I didn't fry those gizzards. I like it this way. I like it to be soft so my kids can eat it. But if you feel like frying, you could go ahead and fry yours. And so I'm back to cutting up my vegetables. I ended up saving about a quarter of this cabbage, which I'll use for something else, but I felt it was gonna be too much. And now I'm getting my herbs ready. I'm basically just pulling the leaves of the branches, and I'm just going to put this in. I'm not even gonna chop them or anything. And now I just threw in my basil, aka a cucumber. This is good in all your tomato-based stews And boy, is it good in chicken soup. That will make your akoko kwai like, ooh, it will take the flavors to a different level. So now I added my powdered shrimp or shrimp powder, and that is all the seasoning I'm going to have in this stew. I am not using any stock cubes or anything. We are making a healthy stew, and healthy it will be. No MSG or anything. And now it's time to add in all my gorgeous vegetables. And I always put the hard ones in first, and those that tend to be soft easily, I'll add them in at the end. So this way we have vegetables that are evenly cooked and not some, hard while others are way too soft. So now I'm going to add my cabbage. And once I mix it up and everything is evenly combined, this stew will be done in the next 3 minutes. This is because, you don't want your stew to be overly cooked. This is a big bowl of stew, and we are going to be eating it, through the week. I meal prep our dishes, and so this is going to be put in individual bowls, the leftovers, so that when you pick one bowl with the rice and the stew, you're just going to warm it. And every time you pick one bowl and you warm it, 2 or 3 minutes in the microwave, you're still cooking your vegetables, and you don't want to overcook it at this point, so that when you warm it, it will still have some, some texture. It's not going to be mushy and not look good. It's still going to be good even as leftover. Just look at the colors. I can't get over how beautiful this stew is. And it's not just beautiful, it's tasty. So our stew is cooked now, and it's time to just turn off the heat. And like I said, I covered it and let it sit a while whilst I waited for my rice to be done cooking. And of course, you can have this stew with anything. You don't have to limit it to your rice. It was perfect. Leftovers the other time, I had it with some yam, and it was very good with it. You can have it with eba. You can have it with anything, like whatever you think you could have your sauce with, or you could even have it just like that, even healthier. If you know you're on a diet, this is a good stew that you could just eat, and it will be filling enough. It will keep you going all day long, like as a meal. uh and look at our rice with this. This is going to be a good pair, like a perfect pair. What a good combination. Seriously, try this recipe. Okay, make it, and just look at how beautiful, just gorgeous, beautiful. Oh, this is perfect. And now it's time to have some dinner, and this was a very good meal. So thanks again for watching and for letting me take up your time for these few minutes. I hope you enjoyed this recipe and other recipes out here. And if you try anything and you like it good enough, I hope you will let your friends and family know about it. Continue to help support the channel. Continue to help this channel grow. I appreciate all your love and support. And I am here to bring as much to you as I have to offer. And boy, I am enjoying this. It is really coming to me, trust me. So until I come your way next time with something delicious and hopefully beautiful, be loving, be kind, be happy.